Everyone's already disturbed.
You know what I mean?
Do I?
I think you do.
The possibility.
The possibilities.
So Rye,
What?
Travis gave me the Razor, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, this thing overheats all the time, and it keeps on freezing, and it crashes out of games. You know why it was crashing out of games and shit? Because
OnlyFans?
the default graphics card, the default graphic drivers that come with that were like 6 years old or 6 generations old.
Oh, he didn't update the drivers?
Well, that's the problem. There's no automatic update. It's very hard to update on there because if you're that far behind, NVIDIA doesn't update for you. It doesn't do like, it won't connect to the servers if you're that far behind. So you have to manually go 2 generations up, and then it will start automatically updating from there.
Yeah.
But if it's that far behind, it crashes, it doesn't load, it does a bunch of fucking crazy shit.
Can you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Well, Razer doesn't make it easy to make things work correctly. Let's just say
Razer? I don't. You got to start from the beginning.
The laptop brand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna send you a. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's decided to fuck off.
Well, he's at mom and dad's tonight, so.
Ryan, I'm going to send you a picture of what I'm currently looking at to get this level of lighting.
All right.
Oh, God, it's a lewd. Don't do it.
With all that white, is it the Republican National Convention?
Boom!
I thought it was just going to be John's
You were live
ass.
on Facebook for that one, too. Good.
Oh, that was a real good one. I'm not even mad. That was impressive.
I was watching highlight clips of it. I'm like, wow, this sounds like a propaganda rally for a fucking war game.
It literally was.
Oh, God, it was so bad.
It sounds like they're like almost at the point where they're about to say, like, go get your guns and go shoot your local fucking liberal.
Well, it was just like the thing that I saw that was making fun of them the most is the fact that the lady, I forgot what her name is, but the lady that came out and yelled at everyone, her and Don Jr. looked like they were on fucking Adderall. So there was like things from the RNC, and then they were sort of doing like Adderall commercials.
That's a good white background, John. I like it.
Shut up. How do I?
We have to get you one of those Instagram people circle.
No.
The problem is like I've got that on one and I've got Facebook on the other, but I signed up like under the new settings to have the dark background because I'm a tool.
Yeah.
So so if you want to see me, it's this background, but if I want to check Facebook and like talk to people, it's this one.
There we go. Now I can share it. Okay. Are you guys ready to start? We're starting on time kind of tonight.
Born ready.
Good. How's my audio?
No, it sounds fine.
Good.
We're all in Zoom, so people should not assume that we're going to sound amazing. And I'm in an echoey attic right now because,
Justin, they shouldn't assume.
Nice.
I
Good
hate
job.
you.
I'm proud of you, Rye.
You're off the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Steve, you're muted. There we go.
Oh,
my bad.
You get this to go away. There we go. Got that to go
Steve.
away. Boom.
Yo.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't start recording yet.
Wait, what?
What?
Did you just lose my audio?
No. Okay. Are we all good? Everyone can hear everyone?
I can't hear anything. I can't hear a sound.
That's because.
Oh, look at that. I can rename you guys.
Oh, God. Can you hear me, Ryan?
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear me, Ryan?
I don't actually know if he's being sarcastic or not, but hey, what's up, Facebook? It's
Hi,
good to see
Booty
we
Hole.
all. It's good to see we still suck.
This is not going to go well, is it?
No. Are you guys good? Can you hear
Hello?
us, right?
Hello?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, Ryan.
Okay, for some reason it wasn't working.
I like to think that you're lying, but hey, what do I know?
We're sealing it on one
There you go. I'm giving you guys nicknames.
Rivy, Ryan, Beard.
Well, I renamed Ryan to Booty Hole, but then I named him back to Ryan. So
I might be okay with this.
Sorry, babe, it's only working on my headphones.
The DM.
I made it. I made it better.
nice. Okay, I am recording.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just fix this again. Go ahead, start us up, Justin.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 3-episode podcast. Tonight we are continuing our nice little welcome back trio on aliens. We wrapped up last week on talking about the history of aliens and the ancient alien theory and aliens in our past, and the theory that aliens shaped how we are today, made the pyramids and a bunch of that other stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about some of more present stuff. We're going to go into the past a little bit and look at some alien sightings in like the 15th century to today. But mostly we're going to be talking about like current aliens sightings, UFOs and all that kind of shit. So stuff that we have on recorded record of people seeing aliens in the nowadays. So as usual, I am your host, or as I put MC, Justin. I don't know what order the video is in when it's being broadcast, but I'm going to say to my left is my brother, Ryan.
Hello, how we doing?
As far as I can see it, below me is Steve.
Yo, what's goody?
And to the diagonal is John.
Cheers.
Nice. Okay, so I wanted to start off just doing a little bit of the discussion of connecting what we were talking about last week to what we're going to be talking about today. So we were talking about the ancient aliens today, and I did a little bit of digging and found a nice little list of some other alien sightings that were written down in not so ancient history, still ancient history. Like I have something from ancient Egypt, some Roman, something from Japan,
How we doing?
some of that kind of stuff. So everyone can hear all right? We're all good? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So what did you guys feel from last week? And we'll start off with the question of, do you think that people have seen aliens? Do you think if it's in recorded history that we should take that as like face value? Or do you think that people are just making up stories? Or do you think drugs are involved?
Many drugs
talking
were
about
involved.
we're talking about like history before recorded photographs and videos.
I think a lot of before recorded stuff, when it was, even if it was more prevalent, I could see it being more prevalent because people just didn't understand shit. And like normal stuff now is like super alien to people. So I could see like new technologies and stuff like that making people go, "Oh, that must be aliens. I don't fucking know. It's got to be an alien." Or like if you think about it, when the Native Americans first saw any European, they were like, "What the fuck are these white people? I don't get this. Are they aliens? Are they gods? I don't know."
Yeah.
These
And-
white men are dangerous.
I mean, there's like certain traumatic things and stuff like that sometimes it's like a scientifically proven fact that sometimes your brain just like makes up things to
Right.
cover over trauma and other stuff. But yeah, plus there's schizophrenia and everything like that. So I think like as far as whether people have seen aliens or not, I wouldn't 100% discount it, but I would pretty much 99% be like, no, you didn't. You didn't see alien. You're
Well,
being
that
dumb.
that brings me to one of the first ones, because the first three I have, there's one from ancient Egypt that just talks about fiery discs, and most of the ones that I have before that have some interesting visuals to it. But the one from Japan kind of sounds what you're talking about. And it's on February 22nd of 1803, a local fisherman reportedly saw a vessel drifting in close by waters. They say when they investigated it, a beautiful young woman they described as having red and white hair and dressed in strange clothes appeared. The fisherman claimed she held a square box that no one was allowed to touch, and she spoke to them in a language they had never heard before. Some UFO believers think this story was a credible document of a close encounter. Historians and ethnologists consider it folklore.
Is this the one where she came out like a clamshell?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe so. All
Yeah.
this says is strange vessel on the water. And
Yeah.
she had red and white hair, and she was dressed in strange clothes, and she held up a square box that no one was allowed to touch. So
Like a Pandora's box.
I guess something like that.
Kind of. So I've heard about this too, and she was basically in a clamshell, and people go, clamshell, UFOs, she's an alien kind of thing.
Clamshell, hardly knew her.
But it's the whole encounter is another part of that sort of ancient alien thing of like, it could have been something completely unexplainable. It could be like just a local legend that got written down and people through the ages went like, aliens, basically. I don't know.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Oh yes, our favorite Giorgio, our favorite alien dude. Well, I mean, there's other things that may look like something and then turn out to be something different. Like there's the next one that I have is from 1883, and it's a guy that was in an observatory in Mexico, and he was looking at the sun, and he
Hey, what's your favorite planet? Mine's the sun. It's like the king of all planets. Without it, we die.
He was observing a sunspot apparently, and he said there was a bunch of objects that went across the camera, and he took a bunch of photographs.
Wait, in 1883?
Yes, I guess
there
it
was
says
no cameras in 1883.
He said he took several photographs exposing wet plates.
Yeah, there's
okay.
photos. It was they used like gunpowder and shit to explode.
Yeah, but I didn't think you could do that through a fucking telescope, though.
I mean, probably not well, but we still did it.
Well, no, here's the best part of the story. He claimed that they were UFOs, and he told people they were UFOs until it was looked at even more, and it was determined that they were just geese.
Oh, fuck.
Honk. Honk, 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 honk. Untitled Goose Game.
I hope that's part of the 2-player expansion to Untitled Goose Game. Become a UFO.
Honk, 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 honk.
Oh my god, they need to add flying to that game, and I'll be so happy.
They really don't. It's so much better when you're just on foot the entire time because you can't cheat your way through it.
Oh
yeah, but I mean, I like I said, I did a little bit of research today and yesterday, as much as I could do with a full-time job and a 5-month-old. But
Mister, I have a full-time job during a COVID pandemic. Way to flex on people, you dick.
Well, that's not how it was meant to be heard, John.
But, I have a 5-year-old.
I don't have a 5-year-old.
5-month-old. I'm gonna be proud of you because you were allowed to not have to use a condom one time.
You're just jealous.
Wait, what kind of condom? Is it a BJ's brand condom?
It's a BJ's brand condom.
BJ's brand condoms. We now sell the
alien ribs.
pregnancy condom. It's slip it into your significant other's drawer. They won't know the difference, but there's a hole. Now there you gotta be.
Ryan, turn your mic down, by the way. You are coming across way loud.
Okay. I don't know how to do that.
Go to settings. It's in your sound settings. But yeah, no, I figured I could slip that joke in somehow for Ryan. Just take care of that for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
But he
welcome.
still doesn't get it.
No,
I thought you were gonna say it was the alien condom and it like hugs her face or something like. Some
Like a face hugger.
Eee.
Yeah, I kind of
Nope.
knew when we started doing that you were gonna bring condoms. We haven't heard about that in a while, not since your fireside. So
Yep.
Didn't we make that joke last week too?
I tried
did
to.
we?
I
We
tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it's only been 7 days. We can't be this off the ball already.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, you're fair. Anyway,
Um,
Justin, continue.
So
With your
another
research during your full-time jobby.
oh my god. So another
Where he
example
sits
I have.
inside in the air conditioning.
Fuck you guys. I
work-
won't apologize for having a good job, okay? I know my white privilege, but I'm not going to apologize. Right. So another one that I have is from, what is this, 1917 in Portugal. There was written a bunch of UFO sightings written, and it was later interpreted that it was just a cultural difference. Just what they were writing was like a culture. It was just like a misinterpretation.
What year was that?
1917.
I mean, it's plausible that during World War I, a flying brigade got lost along the way and wound up in Portugal.
Yeah. One of
Not
the things
likely, but it's
What-
plausible.
One of the things that I have recognized while I've been doing this is all the ones from other countries are just like these great tales and stuff like that. And then you go to the US and it's just like this one is like first responders to a Baptist ministry allegedly view crashed spacecraft and bodies that then disappeared. It's just like when you get to the US, the stories just become so like fantastical and like stupid. I don't know.
So, some of them aliens crashed. Some of them aliens crashed at the goddamn church the other day, and then they disappeared by the Holy Spirit. I don't know.
Hey, Ryan,
Ouch,
pull
Ryan.
the mic away from your mouth, bro.
Yeah.
A
Better.
little bit.
A lot more. Ow.
I know I'm going to be sorry for asking this, but did anybody look up anything?
No, I did not.
completely
No.
forgot. I was busy.
You guys are just the reaction squad to my facts.
It's
That's
what
how this
I'm
Well,
works.
no,
for.
we speak about things.
Yeah, you do the work. We make it. Well, I make it funny, and Ryan is just there to be loud. And then there's Steve.
Okay.
Who's
Well,
a beard?
So before I
My
move on
beard
to
is
this,
tingling.
before I move on to this next section, do you guys personally believe that there are aliens that visit us nowadays? And I threw a poll up too. I don't know. There's only one person watching us right now, but I threw up a poll as well with this stream to ask yes or no whether people believe in that. But I don't know if we're really going to get any responses.
I mean, didn't a while ago NASA had aliens on like one of their cams in space?
Oh,
Didn't
you mean
that
the
happen?
you mean the researched? No. Well, I'm not quite sure about the incident that you were talking about, but
Are you talking
They-
about the black satellite? Is that what
I'm
you're
not
talking
sure.
about,
Yeah.
Steve?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, no, I know exactly
Possibly.
what you're talking about. You were talking about the object that they saw on the. It wasn't the Hubble. It was one of the closer looking telescopes, but they saw an object moving that was odd. It wasn't the same shape as an asteroid.
It was the
And it-
Black Knight satellite.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing the information on it right here. I totally forgot to grab something on that. That was in 2017.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one that happened recently, like 2020.
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah. Or did you all just forget about that?
I honestly
gov-
didn't hear
The
about
government,
it.
the government took out all my memories of it. I must have learned too much.
I don't
Probably.
remember. I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. Do you remember any detail that I could look it up so I can grab some information really quick? Or
Just type in 2020 alien. It should show up. That's what I'm doing right now.
2020 alien.
Mesa Grande. Aliens definitely exist. They could be living among us. That's January 6th. That's from CNN. So
Must be true.
UFO videos have officially been released by Pentagon April 27, 2020. I think that's the one that we're both referring to, Steve.
Oh,
I
you're
think
talking
so.
about the records that were not, it wasn't a sighting. It was records that they released that showed that they possibly, there were UFO sightings that the government actually wrote down. Like there was records on UFO sightings. It didn't specifically say aliens exist and they're among us. It just said that they're forming a task force to investigate UFOs. And they released some documentation saying that there could have possibly been UFO sightings in the past by the military. Yeah.
Well, there was in when was this? This was in, I think, February, maybe it was, when the Pentagon just released video of
Said that. April 27th, 2020. I just said it. Pay attention.
Yeah.
You're breaking up, Riv.
Yeah,
Pay
it says,
attention.
they formed the task force after saying that their unidentified aerial videos phenomenon exists. Yeah. So yes, there is a task force that's formed or being formed to investigate aliens. If that's what you're talking about, Steve, is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
Okay. See, I thought you were talking about the Black Knight satellite, which is different. It was this black piece of some weird material that was floating, that was in orbit around the planet, that they called the Black Knight satellite, and it was they said that it was aliens watching us, and it just happened. I think it turned out to just be a piece of like space trash. It was like a piece of like a satellite that had broken off years and years and years ago.
Right, because that's not an alien ship.
Right.
Makes sense.
I mean, it looks really cool. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Yeah, I mean, does that sway you at all, Steve? The fact that the government is making this task force?
I feel like they're less likely to exist if the government's being like, hey, there might actually be things. It becomes more sketchy.
More sketchy.
Look up instead of what we're doing.
So, oh, you're talking about like misdirection.
Yes.
Is that what you're referring to? Okay.
Yeah. Now we just gotta wait for Godzilla to rise from the depths.
Here we go. This is the Black Knight satellite. See, this is why I love Zoom. I could just quickly grab a photo and be like, look, everyone, this is what I'm talking about. But they saw this.
That's not a satellite. That's the goddamn Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, looks like
it wants 350. I don't think John heard
time
me.
I know just Girl Scouts about 8 stories tall from the Mesozoic era.
Okay. Yeah. So the people that do believe in this theory, I guess if you want to call it a theory, I think I only heard from Steve. What about you and Ryan, John? Do you guys believe that aliens are among us or visit us? Or
I mean, I said it last week, which is there's like 3 theories among there, which is humans are the number one advanced species in the universe, which is terrifying. That there's aliens that at one point may or may not have come to the United States, or not the United States, but like to Earth, and then just said, fuck it, we're out, which is terrifying. That we're did I just say that we're the only one in the universe?
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Whether or not I think it's still terrifying to what it could be. Just like, I don't think there's going to be a serial killer walking down the street, but there could be. It's
Right.
one of those situations for me.
You mean Men in Black?
Did you say Megan Black? What does she have to do with this? All she did was make that Friday song.
Men in Black. You know the movie?
You mean the one with
Will Smith.
You ruined my joke.
I'm okay with doing that for a change.
You mean that platinum movie that came out last year starring Chris Hemsworth and Lady Chris Hemsworth? Because I can't remember her name.
No, never seen that
the
one.
other Thor person from Taika Waititi's masterpiece.
Yep. They literally took the cast of Thor Ragnarok and they're like, you want to be in the Men in Black? Sure, why not? Let's do
Sure, fuck it. Remember that final scene where we shot the guns? Yeah, we're gonna make that, but a full 90-minute movie. All right.
Well, you know what I didn't the girl that plays Valkyrie, I did not remember that she was in Westworld.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I can't remember her name, but I know that she's done like crazy cool stuff, and I'm gonna kick myself when this actually gets recorded and put on Spotify and I listen to it in the car. I'd be like, it was her.
Yeah.
She was insanely good in Westworld, especially this season. She was so fucking good.
Oh, see, I don't know her past season 1 yet. So
Okay.
Tessa Thompson, apparently. We just got
Oh yeah.
Good
Thanks,
thing that-
person.
Good thing that I didn't spoil that, because I was about to spoil what happens in season 3 a little bit. And it spoils pretty much
Ryan,
everything.
rule of thumb. Just don't, if you think you're gonna spoil it, don't.
Yeah. Well, I almost knee-jerked it, is what I meant.
Hey Ryan,
That's fine.
don't.
Yeah. Oh god. As far as me, I believe that aliens exist. Whether or not they
Great
have
transition there.
whether or not they have interacted with us, however, I do not believe it necessarily has happened, but I don't discount that she's
Oh yeah, her.
Tessa
Hi,
Thompson.
Lady Thor.
Lady Thor, Valkyrie, but yes, Lady Thor. I guess that's good enough.
If you don't think that come time for the Thor movie comes out that they're not going to try to cast her, you are absolutely god wrong.
Hey, Riv,
No,
you
she's a good
disappeared.
actress. She really is a good actress. I'm watching Westworld over again, and she's fucking amazing. So it's not just before this. The only thing I knew her from was Thor, and she's fucking good. So
as a going further into what you just said, I would argue that if
Please
they
don't
do
say something
decide
stupid.
if they do decide to do Lady Thor, I would rather they keep her as the character Valkyrie and continue the storyline, because you can technically continue the storyline of Thor where Thor is right now and go with Lady
I
Thor.
thought Thor. No, wait. I thought Thor: Love and Thunder. I thought what's her name is supposed to be
Natalie
supposed to be
Portman.
Lady Thor. Crap.
Natalie Portman.
Yes, Natalie Portman's supposed to turn into Lady Thor.
All
There's
right.
pictures of her with Thor's stuff on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically, it's supposed to be Jane Thompson. Yes, all that.
Yeah.
As far as I had remembered, and sorry that we brought this way back to the Marvel Trio folks at home. I thought there was fallout between her and like the writers or something like that, which is why you didn't see her very much. And I think there was actually a character change at one point.
Yeah.
So I just assumed that if they're gonna do it with an already established female character, it'd probably most likely be Tessa Thompson.
And
Anyway.
it was almost a joke when she was inserted into Endgame too. It's just like, sneak into the room. She's sleeping over there. She doesn't have any fucking lines. Just go and stab her and leave. She's just
Very good
in
point.
there.
I'm still worthy.
We're just gonna CGI a raccoon into the existing footage. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You know what's great about this conversation is the fact that the Asgardians are actually extraterrestrials in a way.
Yes.
So we're really not off topic. We're just
Yeah,
talking
we're
about
still
something
talking
more
about
fun
aliens.
on topic.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm spewing a bunch of facts at people, and you guys
In the
are bringing
words
it
of
back.
my old political science teacher, you're right. You said exactly like that. God, I don't miss that guy.
But as I was saying, I don't think that aliens have necessarily interacted with us in reality. I don't discount it. I'm agnostic about it. But it's highly unlikely, if you look at the science of it, that another civilization has grown to the point where they can travel, and they did travel. Because I mean,
okay,
that's a whole other thing. It's like, oh, you could travel all this way. Do you interact with other planets? I don't know.
So okay, so since we're on the subject of movies and alien sightings and all that in movies, what's your favorite movie that has to do with that? Because mine is, I mean, the first one that pops in my head is Paul. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah. Paul's a
So
very good
that's-
movie.
Yeah, that's right up there with what Nick Frost and why can't I remember his name?
Oh God, I'm blanking on it too. The guy who the not dude, where's
Simon
my car?
Pegg.
Thank
Simon
you. Yeah,
Pegg.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
there we
the
go.
zombie guy, and I was like, well, that's
Zombie
not right.
guy.
That's George Romero.
Mine's
What is it? That's
2001.
the 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh fuck yeah, it is 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's the best alien encounters and everything like that. I mean, technically, you could argue, oh, that's not alien encounters, but yes, it is technically.
Well, yeah, the entire, what is it, like the 5-minute clip at the end where
Yeah.
where everyone gets to the end of that movie and it's like, okay, ready, do your drugs now.
I would argue not to do your drugs. I would argue like you're not going to get anything that's being talked about here at all if you do drugs. But go for it
Dude,
if you
I was
want.
Well,
sober
I'm talking
the first
about-
time I watched
Yeah.
that, and I still didn't get it. But
Yeah.
I'm also not the brightest kid in the at all. So
I'm talking about the tunnel of lights and color.
Yeah.
At the
Oh,
very
yeah.
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like drop your acid now. Okay. You're gonna take a nice little
You gotta
trip
drop
here.
your acid 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, because you don't want to do acid before watching the rest of that movie because you'll just die. It's the first time I watched that movie, I was like, this is gorgeous, it's beautiful, but it's probably one of the most boring things I've ever seen as far as like an action standpoint. So I don't know. It's an amazing movie. I recommend it to everyone, but I always give everyone the make sure you know what you're going into when you go in
Yes.
to watch it. So
Yeah.
Don't do LSD beforehand.
No. No. I would say the only way to get somebody to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey is you have to like first sell them on like Stanley Kubrick maybe, and then you have to be like, okay, are you like kind of tired but not going to fall asleep? Are you like chill? You have to be extremely chill to watch the movie. Otherwise, you're going to get anxious because there's like a spike at the beginning of really cool, fun, awesome, insane visuals and awesome story stuff. And then it like dips for like an hour and then it gets interesting again.
That's exactly how I feel about the Ballad
Yeah.
of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
okay, so can we Jason C just said Arrival. I have not
Yeah.
seen that yet. I heard
Oh,
it was
yeah.
really good. That's another
Yeah.
no, that's not Natalie
It's
Portman.
not Natalie Portman. It's
No.
Oh God, why am I blanking on all these actresses today? God, everyone's gonna hate me.
I
Ugh.
can picture her face in my head, but I don't know
Yeah.
the name. I really don't.
You know what?
Natalie
Just-
Portman was in an Alien movie too, wasn't she? The one where there's like that zone that she goes into that's like all fucked up and mutated.
Yes.
I thought that was something to do with aliens.
I don't know if that was aliens. I haven't seen that. The movie you were talking about also starts with an I. Oh God.
Interstellar.
No.
I was gonna say
No.
because that wasn't Natalie Portman. That was Anne Hathaway.
Interstellar doesn't have aliens though, does it?
No, but
No.
the way you were talking about it, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
No, this is one all I remember is the trailer, and she had to go in some kind of zone, and there was like mutated fucking animals and shit. But I don't know. That's a Natalie Portman movie.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Annihilation. You're talking about Annihilation.
Annihilation. There you go.
No. I just realized that I have a better movie that's a lot easier to watch.
Is it E.T.?
No, it is.
That would count.
I know.
I mean, I hate E.T.
I do too, but
I
you've got
personally-
E.T., you've got Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, all these low-hanging fruits that nobody decided to cup and grab. Let's see, what else is there? There's
Aliens, Predator.
no, well, I mean, yeah, which
I'm more talking about that's why I'm not sure if 21. That's why I'm not sure 2001: A Space Odyssey counts because I was more talking about like UFO sightings and encounters like on Earth. That's why I was talking about like Paul. If we want to bring like cinematic video games into it, Perfect Dark would probably qualify.
Oh yeah, that was a
Okay.
funny one.
Justin, I'm about to mention a movie that's going to make you want to go and watch it again because we
Oh,
used to love
God.
it. Contact.
Oh yes, but isn't that machine?
It's a go back
Is
in time machine, basically.
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
it was a
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
it was
It
a
is a
portal.
spaceship that goes through space and time. It goes through space and transports her through space through a wormhole. The whole thing was it generates a wormhole underneath the ship, and that's what happens. And she goes through the wormhole. She exists in the wormhole reality and then comes back out of it all at once. So she like stops here in time and goes through the wormhole and then comes back out of the bottom, but she does travel. And she interacts with aliens that take the form of her father. But that movie is actually something that I could totally see happening of like, well, we want to interact with these people. We don't want to drive our spaceship all the way over there. I don't know. Send them plans to build a spaceship, I guess, and they can
kind of
just
like
do
the
it.
thought process of let's use the humans as batteries, which is going to take way more power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Here's one that I don't know if you thought of, but Ender's Game.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
that one. I was actually
Yeah.
going to say the end of AI.
Yep.
with Haley Joel Osment, which is the dumbest fucking ending ever.
Yeah. Would Fifth Element count?
Yes.
I
Well,
would
I
say-
mean, no. No,
Here's
because
the thing. That's
that's
not
not
like
first
a first contact. That's like I'm not counting Star Wars in this situation either.
Right.
You know, like because Star Wars, you've already got like all these planets and different races and shit that's already like working together or not together at all. Whereas,
Well, I mean, no. The first contact with aliens is in Fifth Element, though,
yes.
because he's
But
in that
if we're-
pyramid and the
if we're
right
aliens.
at the
counting-
start.
If we're counting only one scene, then there is a true king of only one scene, and then the rest of the movie is trash.
Is
and
it
that's-
Prometheus?
That's Valerian in the City of 10,000 Planets.
No, that whole movie was trash. There was
No,
nothing
no,
good
no,
about
the
it. There was
first-
nothing good about it.
The first 5 minutes.
Pull down below. There
where
was
they're
nothing good
talking
about
about it
Valerian. Hey, wait, hang on. Let me steal one of Germ's jokes. Valerian. Overrated.
Nice.
I agree the rest of the movie is trash, but that first 5 minutes. Well,
Yeah, let me bring this back to Marvel real quick. When the Chitauri arrive and everything's just totally fucked, yeah, that's the Avengers for you. Like that's what it's gonna be.
There's a lot more of these than I can even remember. Independence Day is up here. Technically, Transformers is an alien movie.
Yeah.
Like
Even better though is if you think about Transformers, you got to think about when Bumblebee initially arrives in the Bumblebee movie, and they just shoot him. Like they shoot first and ask questions later.
Which, if we're being completely honest, if they land in America, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, there was oh god, again, I'm bringing it back to Marvel. I think it was Red Star or the Crimson Star, something like that. Like the Russian version of Captain America was just based off of like alien technology.
Yeah.
So I mean,
right. Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yep. Edge of Tomorrow.
Did you say add to that, John? Because that movie is awesome. No, that's a very good movie.
It's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, War of the Worlds, another Tom Cruise.
All right,
the only good World of World is actually the original. And that's another great one where it's like you think about how fucked we would be if they arrived. You know, we dropped an H-bomb on them and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then we made them film in Naugatuck, Connecticut, and they all died at the end.
So just a note, I'm going through a list of the best alien encounter movies, and Annihilation is up here.
Wait.
Did they not?
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield.
I guess it does fall from the sky in one of them.
Oh, District 9.
Yeah.
Which, the humans are the good guys, and the humans are technically right.
Wait, in District
That's-
9?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw District 9, Ryan?
A while ago, when it came out.
What do you remember of District 9, Ryan?
I remember that it was basically they made concentration camps for the aliens, and no one was allowed to.
Do you remember why?
Because they brought a bunch of weapons with them.
Yeah, why do you bring weapons? I mean, why did we colonize America with a whole bunch of weapons either? But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
You know, and then what's his face gets his fucking arms into fucking prune hand.
The
fucking
prawn?
prune hand.
There's the run.
They were supposed to make a second one of that, and they never did, and it's very
Yeah.
disappointing.
Basically, here's how the second one plays out. They come back to Earth. He goes, "Oh my God, you came back. Turn me back into a human. Sure, we can do that for you." As he looks around and all the humans are being rounded up for slavery.
Well, I mean, I feel like Elysium was, they were like, you know what, we don't want to do District 9 too. Let's just make a new movie with all the same assets. It's fine.
Let's do District 9, but with poor people on Earth.
So,
Would Godzilla count?
No, because Godzilla's
No.
a kaiju.
Godzilla in every single aspect has always been born and bred on Earth. However, if you're talking about aliens, there are several Godzilla movies that include aliens.
Mechagodzilla is an alien.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's
Well,
a lot of
matters
those
Which
old ones.
Mechagodzilla are you talking about, though?
Doesn't matter, Ryan.
Because number one
We're off
was
topic again.
Winning.
Okay, let's go back on topic. So I have a list of all of the states and how many UFO sightings they have. I also have the top 10 and the bottom 10 as far as the fewest UFO sightings. I want you guys to take a guess of where Connecticut is on this list.
Well, all right. So, folks at home, full disclosure, Justin did tell us we're somewhere in the top 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess at 8.
Okay.
I'm going to go one higher than John and go 7.
That's one lower. 8's a
I
bigger
was
number,
ranking
Ryan.
it
8's a
this
bigger
way.
number.
You're ranking it this way. I was ranking it this way.
8's a bigger number, Ryan.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm going one higher on the list.
8's
For
a bigger
7.
number, Ryan. 8's a bigger number.
Okay,
So,
John.
so we just broke top 10. So we're at number 10. Anybody want to take a guess of what the number one most UFO sighting state is?
Nevada.
I was going to say Nevada. That seems
Nope.
most likely. Ooh, you know what? Just because it'd be pretty fucky wucky, I'm going to go with Mississippi.
No, actually, Mississippi is on the other list.
Oh, is it Alabama? Because Alabama would make sense then. With Rocket
Nope,
City being
Alabama's
in
on the other
Huntsville.
list too.
Jesus Christ.
Hawaii.
What section of the United States is it?
The middle.
Middle? Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. Wyoming?
New
Fuck
Mexico.
Wyoming.
New Mexico.
We already said that now.
Wyoming is number 7 on the most UFO sightings.
All right. Is it Missouri?
Number one is Idaho.
You said the
What?
middle.
I mean,
That's
I
the
know
north.
you are a hoe.
So
What
it goes
the fuck, Idaho?
Yeah, it goes Idaho, Montana, New Hampshire, Maine, New Mexico, Vermont, Wyoming, Hawaii, Washington, and then Connecticut as the
Damn.
most UFO sightings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Maine makes sense as far as like when you've been out in the woods long enough and you see a plane go over, you're like, aliens.
Alien.
Okay, so do you want to go the opposite way and take a guess at the state with the fewest UFO sightings?
Texas.
Mississippi.
Hawaii.
Alabama. You know what?
Hawaii was on the most. Texas is actually the fewest UFO sightings. Did
Well,
you
that's
look
because
that up,
Texas
Steve, or did
just
you just
keeps
take a
shooting
guess?
them.
No, that was pure guess. Because I figured if it happens in Texas, they're just gonna shoot them dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing is that instead of reporting it, they just try and shoot at it and then don't tell anybody that it happened. New York is actually number 3 for the least, which I found interesting.
Well, you can't see anything. Well, I mean, upper state New York.
Yeah.
I can see upper state New York.
Yeah, and then I have a whole list that I'm not gonna the rankings sightings per people. Idaho is at the top, and then Montana, and all the way down at the bottom. I think Texas, because it goes per. It's not by the amount of sightings; it's per people.
Per
It's a
capita.
percentage per capita. So Texas is only 1.29% of the people have reported a UFO sighting. So
Where's
That's a lot.
Alaska?
where is
A lot of
Alaska?
people.
I don't know, Steve. That's oh, here we go. It's rank number 13.
You know
They
why?
have-
Because it's
They have
bigger.
33. They only have 33 reported sightings.
Yeah, but they have
But-
so few people that
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's a lot for them. That's like 6 per person.
Oh, that's Jerry. He flies by every Thursday. I don't know.
It's Alaskan bush people, except not.
Alaskan bush aliens. They just chill out, you know.
Do you think that there's like redneck aliens? You know, like we have the dueling banjos guys out in the swamps. Do you think they have like backwater like alien planets where it's like
Yeah, and those are the ones that would visit us. As usual, my favorite thing is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and there's a couple really good references to aliens actually coming and visiting the planet, and there's a thing that aliens do to planets like backwater planets like Earth, and it's buzzing the planet, which means you just go down and you put on a whole weird costume, and then you go out and you terrorize people for fun, and then you just get back on your ship and leave again. And it's like
So,
a
Rick and
thing
Morty?
that kids do. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that brings me into my next question that we can discuss. If aliens are visiting our planet now, if it is true that they are visiting, why do you think they're visiting?
Because of our technology.
So you just said, Rye, you just said what Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said
Yeah.
is why they visit. But if you think about why are they visiting Earth, we're talking about, let's take the chunk of the last 5 years. Why do you think aliens would visit us like nowadays?
Well, in that time period, The Office did go off the air, so they're probably coming down to get the reruns quicker. You know, just we do want McNeil.
Oh God.
Okay, Futurama.
I would say that the more dangerous we become, the more we need to be watched. And if aliens are coming to the planet and haven't announced themselves, then we are being watched and studied. And I could see as our technology grows, it's like, these people might need to be watched a bit. So let's go and keep track of them a little bit more
So-
before they start threatening everybody in the universe.
So
Because they
they're
keep
looking
threatening
at
themselves.
our space exploration programs, that kind of
As
stuff,
dangerous.
weapons. Okay.
Well, you could look at it 2 ways. One, what's an easier way to make war with the whole entire planet? Hey, how about you just have the dominant life forms kill themselves, and then you could just soak up the planet afterwards.
Right. So you think that they may be seeding sowing the seeds of evil and just,
Guys,
you know.
guys, Donald Trump is an alien.
Hey, Ryan, do me a favor. Never look like old Greg again.
Oh,
Nice.
God, that hair is meant to be covering his antennas. I've solved it. I know what's going on.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I
Fine.
could totally believe that, because some of the shit that he says just can't be human. It just can't. It's got to be fed from him from some other place that just doesn't understand
Holy
the English
shit.
language very well.
Guys,
The future.
he didn't fuck up. Kafefe was the attack order.
I totally believe this theory. I mean, I would totally believe this theory. Like,
Kafefe is actually his own name, and he was just trying to tell everybody.
his fuck ups when he's slurring words are not actually slurring. It's just him slipping into his alien tongue. I mean, because you think about it, when he gives speeches, he does sound like a non-native English speaker trying to speak English.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can see
Or
it.
going through a faulty translator. Like he
Or
has
a
a
exactly.
translator app. He's like, I'm
It's-
just trying, guys. I'm trying to make it make sense. I don't know what's going on.
It's kind of
His
funny for
babble-
me.
His
Go ahead,
babble
Justin.
fish is half dead.
Yeah.
It's funny for me being in my line of work because like I speak enough Spanish thanks to working in restaurants for so goddamn long that like I can have a quick conversation with somebody, but as soon as I need to use like big scary words like I don't know, science or numbers and things like that, like I don't fucking know. Like I walked into one account last week and these three ladies actually very all Spanish, all speaking Spanish. We're trying to talk to the girl behind the counter and they're just like they're speaking Spanish. I'm understanding what they're saying like every third word or so. They're looking for like a good red wine. And I'm just like, Señoras, su wine is there. I just couldn't think of the words. Ugh. So yeah, that's the aliens trying to talk to us.
What do you guys think about the theory of Earth being a vacation spot, somewhere for them to take like a vacation?
You mean on
I'm
ER?
fairly certain that Earth is actually a TV show for them, and they've put all these different races of creatures on this planet, and we just like go hunting, and you know, there's like a planet full of Russian people and a planet full of American people, and you know, they
Planet
just
full
brought
of deer.
yeah, they brought them all here. They just brought them all here. We get to watch a show called Earth.
Okay, taco that craps ice cream, whatever you say.
Crab people, looking like a crab, talking like a people.
Like a people. So I did find something that says in the last 2 years around the globe, the numbers of UFO sightings and reportings of abductions have gone up by 6,000. So that was the next topic I wanted to bring up is why do you think in the last 2 years it's jumped by that much?
Because of our technology able to capture these sightings. They could have always been there. We just never really looked up.
What if there's a dumber way to think of it, Steve? What if it's, you know, like, for example, let me just do this and stare at my phone the entire time and, oh no, I've got a probe in my butt now. Like, maybe it's easier. It's the exact opposite of what you just said.
It's easier to sneak up on us now.
Yeah, dude.
I
We got
mean,
these fucking phones in our hands.
That's-
You got
okay.
AirPods and shit walking down the street like nobody gives a fuck.
That's a good point.
because they don't.
That's a good point. Why are the aliens so invested in our anuses?
Listen,
Why
have you
is that
seen
so
this
important to
butthole?
them?
Do you work hard on that butthole, John?
I do. It's bleached for a reason.
You're just waiting for the aliens. You're just getting it nice and pretty for.
Heck yeah. Listen, you got to do maintenance. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Well, my only thought with the numbers rising that much, and if they are actual aliens that are here, is maybe we're close to the end of, you know, maybe there's some kind of prediction. Maybe they know that we're close to the end.
The Mayans are correct.
Yeah,
because
because I mean,
building an ark, and they're like,
I mean,
let's find the most worthy. Oh, that quadruple billionaire who's not helped anybody. Nah, fuck him. And Bezos gets left behind. Oh, that one dude who literally gave his shirt off his back for somebody when he could barely afford food. Yeah, he's coming along too. He's a good egg. Like,
see,
So-
now all you're making me think of is Nick Cage's worst movie he's ever made, which is the movie Knowing. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
oh god, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's all a dream. It's all a dream.
It's literally like he's made some duds, but
I
as
made
far
a
as
mistake.
bad movie,
Nuke goes off. Fucking
That's-
Jessica Alba.
that's just the worst movie he's ever made, hands down. It's just so bad.
You know the thing is though,
so
Justin? That movie would have been mostly fine if it didn't end the way it did.
Well, yeah.
Like, it's cool when the good guys fail. I love that shit.
It's such a bad movie that I don't care about spoiling it. Rye and
It's
Steve,
been out
have
for
you
a very
seen
long
it?
time, so.
Probably not. Probably.
No.
No idea.
All right. So the
So-
quick synopsis of this film is that Nick Cage is like an all-knowing medium who can like see the future.
No, that's not Knowing.
Oh,
Oh
That's
no,
next.
that's not knowing. Yeah, that's
which
next.
one is-
No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No,
See, Next was an also terrible film, and it would have
It
been way
was.
better
Knowing
if it
is
didn't
worse.
end the way it ended.
no, knowing is worse. Trust me, knowing is worse. So knowing he
Educate
is
me, Daddy.
he's a math teacher or a mathematician, and he is looking at destruction that's happened. He's like events that have happened, like plane crashes and shit, and he's looking at the dates and stuff, and he's noticed that the numbers are like lining up with stuff. So he starts writing this stuff down, and he starts finding coincidences and like the numbers and the dates and stuff that are happening. And it leads like him and his son to like some person that they used to know, and like her mother's cottage out in the woods, and they find out that she was like writing like these numbers down, and she was like contacting like these shadow people, and then like the shadow people start coming after his son. And in the end of the movie, you find out that his son and her daughter are the Adam and Eve, and the shadow people are aliens that are coming and taking them to bring them to a new planet to start humanity over again, and Earth is about to be destroyed.
Scary Movie 3.
So,
Oh
yeah.
shit, that's another good first encounter film.
Yes. We're not so different after all.
Hello, just getting choked out.
Well, why are you
guess-
pointing at me? I'm not pointing at you. This is how we pee.
He's got the one guy got a finger in it. Fuck, man. Whatever happened to Charlie Sheen? Don't answer that. I don't want to know.
You mean Tiger Blood and winning? Since Donald Trump has become president, he's just winning too much. What happened to Charlie Sheen?
He's winning so much free cocaine.
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
a new Hot Shots movie while I think about it.
Yes, we do.
Like,
That was a good
Charlie
movie.
Sheen was one of those good, like, parody films actors. You know, he did good in the Hot Shots Part 2, which was fun, and like the Rambo knockoff, but
Yep.
god damn was he bad in just about everything else.
Okay, so before we end, I just have two more things.
Ooh, hit me.
I
The
would, but
first
you're not
one,
here.
the first one is a question for each of you, and the question is, what would you ask an alien if you were abducted? You get one question before they put you back to sleep. What would you ask them? I love silence.
See, all right, I'm thinking about the episode of South Park where Kyle finally meets God and humanity gets one question, he wastes it. Yeah, I don't want to do that, but at the same time, I kind of want to waste that one question for something stupid. It's like, so I can ask you any question I want? Yes. Good night.
What about you, Steve?
That'd
If
be
you were
my
abducted,
fucking luck.
if you were abducted by an alien, what would you ask them? If they
Are
gave you
you-
one question.
Are you at least going to use lube?
Okay. No.
No, you have to assume they've already done that.
Yes. Okay. No. This. Okay. So let's have the scenario. They've already probed you. You're done, and they say before we put you back on Earth, you can ask us one question.
Just
You
some-
have to
you
put
got-
me back.
That's a good question. I like that.
Why? Does why count? Why are you probing me?
No, it's why do I have to go back?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get better answers than this, but okay.
Did
What
my
about you,
dog
John?
actually go to a farm upstate?
My God. I guess I should have known that I wasn't going to get serious answers to this.
What would you ask then?
From me especially.
I would ask them, are there other aliens? Are
Who gives
you
a
the
shit?
only one,
We've already
or-
found that there are. We've already found that there's at least one alien species out there besides us. Like,
Well, I
At
would
this
want to
point-
know if there's a like a
Oh,
collective, if there's like
okay, but then let me ask you, what's your follow-up question? Because you don't get one. It's, are there any other aliens? Yes. Good night. Like,
that's true.
it's
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
cool, we found out there's aliens. I wonder, is my dog still happy? Like, no, it's like there's nothing, like, is there a God? No. Like,
I mean, if you want to get like a different way, how do I make them believe me that you're real?
ooh, that's a good one.
Wait, I had
Can we
Steve, I'm
pause
not gonna
really
lie.
quick?
Usually you don't have like philosophical comments like that. That was a good one. That was a
Or-
real good one.
Or do you want to take a selfie? Like, there's a few different things you could go with.
No, because the question there is not, I asked them, they're going to say yes. It's, can I take a selfie? No. Good night.
That's true.
So there's a couple websites that I found where they asked this question. And there's a couple good ones here. One person said, do you have any family members? Like, how big is your family? I thought that was an interesting one. Did aliens build the pyramids? Which brings us back to what we were talking about last week. Do you have leaders? Like, what does your leaders look like?
Will you go to prom with me?
Take me to your leader. Oh my god, what movie was that?
Was that Mars Attack?
Mars Attacks.
Was it?
Also, yeah.
Oh,
Also
God,
a really
that
good
was-
movie.
Yeah, if you don't like Jack Black.
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting question just before we wrap up. I thought you guys were going to have, I don't know, different answers, but that's fine.
What else you got for us, Papa Bear?
Okay, so the people that say they get abducted, because on top of we were mostly talking about UFO sightings, but there are a lot of people still nowadays that say they get abducted. Do you think that people that get abducted are crazy people, or do you think there's a possibility that people are really getting abducted?
I'm going to answer this with Marvel again.
Like, if aliens are coming here to visit us, do you think there's a reason for them to abduct people? Like, do you think that's a possibility, or are people just schizophrenic and insane and
Do you
blacking out?
remember
And
when Thor's Dr. Selvig gets taken over via the scepter, and then like the next time you see him in the next film, he's just a looning, raving madman?
yes,
I
Yeah.
think that's what happens. That's
Okay.
pretty logical if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's slightly different, but you got cool medical alien shit inside of you. It's gonna fuck with you.
right,
Look at Tahiti. Drives him mad.
yeah. Okay, so you think that these people that say they're abducted only have mental issues because they were abducted?
Because of it, yeah.
I'll be right
Okay.
back. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Okay, well, we're pretty much done. We're gonna do recommendations, but you guys can go first.
Justin.
So it's recommendation time, everyone.
Yo, motherfuckers. Recommendation
look,
time.
kitty cat.
Kitty.
Um,
I recommended that guy's cat.
Who?
so
Do you not
Steve.
see the shadowy cat right there?
Oh. So I guess my recommendation, just because I've been doing this the entire time, is going to
Working
be
full
from
time.
Smart Kitty. It's a laser pointer that's a mouse.
Nice. You've been playing with
And-
your kitten the entire time?
That's adorable.
I have been. And she's been going absolutely apeshit.
Nice.
So-
that's a
So
good
I've
kitty.
been doing this the
That's a
entire
very
time.
good kitty. Look at that kitty jump. Jump again, kitty. Jump, kitty, jump.
See if I can get her to
Uh,
do it.
Mew, kitty, mew.
Okay, so that was kind of short. Do you have any kind of TV shows or games that you're playing that you want to recommend? That was kind of a short recommendation for you this week, Steve.
I know. I just
It was more of a
recently
product placement than a recommendation.
Hey, man.
send me,
They're going to give us
send me
money
your
on
stuff.
More laser pointers.
More laser pointers can never go wrong.
Meow.
Actually, really could. Anywho, I just started rewatching Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
It's a great anime. I love the story that it goes through, the progression to show like how strong someone can get, the troubles that they go through, especially if you're calm at heart, and how evil you could actually become because of stupid shit going in your life, like a possible death of someone and you go absolutely apeshit. I don't
Okay.
know. And it wasn't really well thought out whatsoever.
Right. Okay. What about you, John? While we wait for Ryan to come back.
I've been thinking about this all day long what I was going to recommend for you folks at home.
Past 2 minutes.
No, actually, all day. I'd take my recommendation seriously, Steven.
Who's that? I'm Beard.
I'd take my recommendation seriously, Beard.
Dr. Beardface.
Dr. Beardface. Boaty McBoatface.
It's Beardface.
You know, for how little I really enjoyed Scrubs, there were a lot of like gem jokes in it.
How dare you?
Listen,
How dare you, Jonathan?
I didn't like House either, but I also, you know, there's brilliant parts to it. It's just how I am. Yeah, no, House is problematic. Like the time that Lin-Manuel Miranda was a crazy person in a psych hospital. Everybody forgets that.
Yeah.
I like to think that's where he wrote Hamilton. But no, so I joked, you know, and I've mentioned it in the past, but I've been playing a lot more of the Total War series at home. And the one I've been playing the most of is Total War Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai, which is basically that terrible Tom Cruise film where he's a white guy who becomes a samurai, and then at the end they just Gatling gun and cannon them all down.
Last Samurai.
Yeah, I'm talking about Shogun 2 right now, Mister.
Yeah.
I went away for a while, and it's
I had to take care of something.
it's not the most historically accurate film or game, but you know it's fun, and in my opinion, it's the last fun game of the series. And if Ryan's up to it, it might be the first game that we actually decide to stream.
Yeah, I'm ready to go on it.
Play some 2-player. But just so you guys know, we're terrible at video games. We're going to play it on the easiest setting because, again, we're terrible at video games. I have a life. I'm not Mr. Donkey Let's Play who just likes to do random crazy challenges on the hardest difficulty and be sad about his life on stream for 6 hours. I ain't got time for that. But yeah, no, I think that's easily, you know, my recommendation for the week. That and rum, spiced rum this week is delicious. You know, for when you don't want to drink a beer, but you want to drink something tasty. Spiced rum.
Nice. Okay. All you, Rye.
So my recommendation
Going
would
to the
be
bathroom at an appropriate time.
it was an emergency. It had to get taken care of. All right.
Make use hands. We're not at 6:30.
So my recommendation would be the Harry Potter at Home podcast because I am going through the first book now, and it has been extremely nice listening to all these different people read the first Harry Potter again, and I haven't read or listened to the first Harry Potter in a very long time, and it's nice going back through it again. And
If I may add something to your recommendation, I just saw a video today that was wonderful. It was Harry Potter with guns.
Oh,
yes.
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 And oh man, it's wonderful.
But Harry Potter at Home has a lot of really good people, and it's mostly all people that have connections to the Harry Potter universe one way or another. There's one episode is completely and totally done with the cast of The Cursed Child. And there's the first episode, Daniel Radcliffe reading it. And it's just really nice to go back through the first book. It's a really good, basically audiobook for free of the first Harry Potter book. So
Nice.
that's my recommendation.
So
I really enjoy it.
So my recommendation, I honestly don't remember if we did this before we went away. I don't think so because they just started this during the pandemic. But Fake Doctors, Real Friends. I don't think you recommended that before, right?
No.
Okay. Well, since we were on the topic of Scrub earlier between me and John, and he insulted me deeply about my favorite show of all time, I'm going to recommend Fake Doctors, Real Friends. It's Zach Braff and Donald Faison with additional guests that come on. And every episode covers one of the episodes. They're almost through season 2 now, I believe. I haven't caught up completely to that yet, but Yeah, so it's a podcast that Zach Braff and Donald Faison have, and it's them recapping the episodes as they go. Like I said, each episode is an episode of the show, and they have guests on. They talk about behind the scenes stuff. They talk about a lot of stuff that you don't know about or get to know or get to see in the show. So it is awesome. As a diehard Scrubs fan, it's amazing to learn about some of the stuff that went on behind the scenes and some of the stuff that they had to do. Yeah, so awesome. I highly recommend it for any Scrubs fans, and I'm sure there's plenty of those.
How do you recommend it being consumed? Should you like rewatch the whole show and listen to the episodes at the same time? As somebody who's can't quote it off the top of his head.
The best way to watch it, if you haven't watched Scrubs in a while, to understand what they're talking about, is do it the same way that they're doing it, and watch an episode, listen to an episode, watch an episode, listen to an episode. So just watch the episode before listening to it, because then it'll be fresh in your mind. And when they say in this scene this happened, you can turn around and understand what they're talking about. Yeah. Because they say in the podcast they haven't watched these episodes themselves in like 20 years. So it's not like it's fresh in their minds either. So
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But that is my recommendation for the week.
So I'm going to give a quick shout out to a couple of people. One, Ryan, your dad, mad at you, vaping in the dining room. Two, our buddy Sean, good to hear from you. We would love to have you on this podcast. We think that your level of knowledge and geekdom would be wonderful. I'm saying that for myself, but I also can tell you that Justin and Ryan agree.
Sean.
Yeah. Two, Jason, always there with some awesome things, and he actually brought up The Last Starfighter, which I was totally thinking of, but just couldn't bring it to the forefront. So
fuck yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah. Four, your guys' mom, I love you. And five, Steve.
The question is, John, do you love our mother enough to get an ass tattoo?
Dude, you didn't even invite me for an ass tattoo.
You're in Boston. We didn't think you would make it down.
I would have driven down for an ass tattoo.
Come on, John.
I love it when things get prodded into my ass.
Oh, God.
And then there's Riv.
Yeah.
Well, we have the template now, so you could totally get it done if you want to.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I want to just point out, I'm a fake ass nerd. Meanwhile, I got this on my fucking arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. While I'm wearing my Captain America tank top because I'm a tool. Fake ass nerd.
We could totally
fake ass comedian.
just moving forward, we can totally invite people by, there's a phone number that you can call to just join over the phone, or we could do Zoom. So there's a bunch of ways that we can have people on in this format, which is much easier.
888-6083.
Yes. Thank you for putting it out in public, John, so that anybody can call in.
Enjoy.
Okay, so we are at an end. Thank you for listening or watching us. If you want to listen to us again or catch up on any of our other episodes, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Twitch, and a handful of other podcast platforms. If you can't find us on your favorite podcast platform, whatever podcast platform that is, please let us know and I will work on getting us there. Our tag, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and more, is 3EP Podcast. That's 3EP Podcast. Our website is 3eppodcast.com. Our email is 3episodepodcast@gmail.com, all spelt out, no numbers, just the word 3episodepodcast@gmail.com. Send us some mail. It's pretty empty in there, so I feel like just all spelt out, no numbers. Just I hear some echoes somewhere. Thanks, John.
I forgot to mute myself while I looked at the stream. I'm a bad guy.
We live stream our episode almost every Tuesday around 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook. So follow us here, there, wherever you're watching. I'm going to be throwing these videos up on YouTube. What I'm currently working on is an opening video, like an opening segment to it. So it's not just like us on Zoom, like there's an opening thing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm currently working on before I can upload them to YouTube. And when I get a second, I'm going to edit the audio and throw it up on podcast, because we haven't put a podcast episode up in a while. Please give us a like and most definitely comment so we know what you think about what we were doing, or let us know if you have any questions for us, or if you want to be on the podcast, just let us know. It's very easy to have guests. And if you have something to talk about, come join us, please. Be awesome. If they're listening to us on SoundCloud, our first platform that we were ever on, what do they do, Steve the Beard?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. It's been far too long. The DM should be doing this.
I stole it from you last week.
You did. Please also remember to check our awesome network at Give Us a Shout Out Network, where you can find our sister podcasts as well as our t-shirts and other merchandise. Like John said, they have a what is it, every Friday at 5?
Every Friday, right around 5 o'clock, to do a streamers happy hour. Currently going on right now is stuff about sports. Literally, as we are speaking, Jamal and Ty are recording an episode. It's a lot of fun. Come join us. I mean, me especially. I can't wait to get back in there and just chat with everybody. So
there's a bunch of stuff going on. So come check it out. But that is it. Anybody have any last words before we end for tonight?
I mean, nah.
Aliens.
Nice. Okay. Well, from all of us here at the 3 Episode Podcast, stay safe, everyone. And we will see you again next week.
Birds are aliens.
Birds are aliens.
Birds are aliens.